Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, Jets!
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd down, Howell now. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First down, Howell to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. The Jets at 5-3 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down, Howell back to pass. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Howell looking to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Howell, another throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. 3rd and long, here's Howell. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Fourth down, Howell. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll run with Cook. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. James Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Footing always a concern, but the extra points up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lance. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. On play action, Lance. Throwing left side, it's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Lance and company going on 4th down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're not panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, Lance. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From midfield, here's Lance. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Santoso now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to be just a yard.
Now a play fake. Lance. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. After the sack on first down, Powell looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 28-0. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
And cycle. Shot. 17. 6. Mega.
Play action. Now it's Lance. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. He finds his man complete. That's Phillips. With still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
On first down, Howell. There's the former Jaguar, DJ Chark. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes this 35-0 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 40 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lance. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off target throw.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Another try after the first down sack. Powell. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. Back to throw, Howell. And he's going to go down again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be out right at the 35. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A 1st down carry for Henry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Strike.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Here's the option play now to the left. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Powell. And here he's got Graham. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. It's Howell with another throw. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. On 3rd and long, it's Lance. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. And he will handle first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Lance now on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Lance. He dumps it off for Henry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Marr, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Powell out of the shotgun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, this is caught inside the 15. This offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Jets, the win.
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby, yeah. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise a bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby, yeah. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20 years career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good,